Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. And we begin with a trio of fires across western New York. Heavy flames coming from this home on Prospect Avenue overnight. You can see fire blasting through the roof as firefighters work to get it under control. 2 on Your Side has reached out to city officials for more information. We will update you as soon as we do learn more. In Kenmore, the Red Cross is helping 2 families after a house fire. The fire started in the back of a home on Nassau Avenue near Colvin Boulevard. The Kenmore fire chief says everyone did make it out safely. 2 dogs also got out, but they still can't find the family's cats.
The cats, we have not found them. A lot of the times they just hide and they'll come out when they're ready. I don't know if they were in the upper or lower, but the upstairs doesn't have a lot of damage to it.
1 firefighter did have to go to the hospital for evaluation. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. And the Red Cross is helping a family who lost their home following a fire in Buffalo over the weekend. Firefighters responded to a 2-story home on Northland Avenue Saturday morning. They believe the fire started in the kitchen before extending to the 2nd floor. One man who witnessed the fire says that there were people stuck on the roof.
I had just come over here, we ride through, and the house was already on fire with some young kids. They was on the roof. I called the fire department. They came down. It came fast. Well, I mean, they came fast, 2 seconds. The kids, they was on the roof. I told them just jump down, jump on top of this car, and they've been safe since there so far.
And 1 adult and 3 children were displaced by that fire. The cause of that one is also under investigation. Financial headaches could begin to ease for some TSA workers this morning. For weeks, they've been going without pay because of the partial government shutdown. But their direct deposits should finally be hitting their accounts today. President Trump signed an executive order late last week to pay TSA employees while Congress continues the stalemate over funding for the Department of Homeland Security. TSA agents have gone more than 40 days without pay, and it's led to thousands of call-outs, and hundreds of employees have ended up quitting as well. And it's caused long lines and wait times at airports across the country. Despite TSA getting paid this week, problems at airports likely will not be solved immediately. The Buffalo Police and the Erie County Sheriff's Office are mourning one of their own. Charles Faramuska Jr. died at the age of 82. He worked as a criminal deputy with the Sheriff's Department and retired as Chief of Homicide for Buffalo Police in 1996. He also served in the U.S. Army and served as president and was a founding member of the Italian American Police Association. The Red Cross needs more volunteers. The group held a recruitment and preparedness training yesterday in the city of Buffalo. The event included hands-only CPR training, information on Red Cross disaster preparedness, and resources on local volunteer opportunities.
We need volunteers to come and help us help people. That's what we do. And the Sound the Alarm program will give you at least 3 smoke detectors. We'll come in as a team. You just call the Red Cross and tell them you would like to be involved in having a smoke detector put in. And we'll come in even with a ladder and go up the ladder, and wherever you would like them, we'll install smoke detectors, 3 of them. Down in New Jersey.
And the Red Cross says it is particularly looking to add to its disaster services team. The group also needs blood donor ambassadors and shelter resident transition caseworkers. To learn more, you can go to redcross.org/volunteer. Well, it is pothole season in western New York, and crews with Buffalo's Department of Public Works spent the weekend working to smooth out the roads. The city held a pothole push, but just using temporary cold patch repairs right now while still waiting for warmer weather and for asphalt plants to create the hot patch, which is a more permanent fix. Daybreak's Natalie Foss has more this morning.
On a normal week here in the city of Buffalo, there are about 4 crews out cold patching potholes, but over the weekend there were 13 working to fill potholes, answering those 311 calls and other secondary complaints as well. They were out from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. here in the city of Buffalo, filling potholes throughout the city. Mayor Ryan said in a social media post that cold patching, quote, holds us over until hot patching can begin. Deputy Mayor Benjamin Swanekamp said that the crews this weekend were also training with some equipment from the county that heats up the cold patch and allows for a longer lasting fill.
we're really focusing on quality over quantity. We want more permanent repairs that stick longer so that that asphalt doesn't get blasted out in 2 or 3 days. A good cold patch application should last until next winter, right? And so that's when we have folks get frustrated because they see the same pothole get blasted out. That asphalt's gone in a few days. So using the best technique and best materials gives us a longer service there.
Once asphalt plants open this season, which usually happens around April, Swanenkamp says that their crews will be working to make more permanent repairs and hot patching. Says they'll continue to collaborate with the county while they wait to be able to purchase their own machines. They say that they'll be purchasing the asphalt and then the county will be providing those machines. But if all goes well and the budget gets passed as is, then they'll be able to buy some machines for the city to then own and hopefully make those cold patches a little bit more permanent. On your side in the Elmwood Village, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
All right, Natalie, thank you. It is 46 degrees right now and dry. Enjoy that because it's not going to last. It's going to be a super rainy week, right, Patrick?
It is. In fact, you know, just between now and let's say Wednesday morning, 1 to 2 inches of rain. And then we could see more on Wednesday and then Thursday, Friday, and even into the weekend. So, yes, over this 6 to 7 day period, we're going to, in some cases, maybe see like a month's worth of rain in terms of, you know, let's just say we get 3 to 4 inches, which is typical of a, you know, of a month. In the average rain in March is like just over 3.5. We've already had over 4, and we're going to get 2+ inches everywhere, at least, if not more, between now and a week from now, Dingus Day, which, by the way, looks dry and chilly. So, but anyway, a lot of weather between now and then. First of all, a warm front's going to move through. Bring some scattered showers this afternoon, but some rain tonight. Some of it could be heavy. Then tomorrow, morning rain comes through. The cold front approaches. More rain comes tomorrow afternoon and evening. With that rain, some storms, some of which could be strong to severe. Then the front should pass through on Wednesday and bring rain to an end temporarily during the day. However, if this front doesn't shove south, it could linger and we could keep some rain showers even into Wednesday. All the while, another system is approaching on Thursday. It will spread some rain, it looks like Thursday morning. Then it dries out in the afternoon, it gets a little warmer, and then we could see more rain Thursday night into Friday. All right, so that doesn't even account for the weekend, which brings in another system. Yeah, a little breezy out there, as you can see here on Goat Island from our Niagara Falls cam. A little shaky out there. Mostly cloudy and mild today. Late showers, periods of rain, heavy in the morning tomorrow. More rain Thursday into Friday, as I mentioned, and then another system for Easter Sunday. There again is your 3-day period. Mid to upper 50s today, mid to upper 60s tomorrow, then closer to 50 on Wednesday. So nothing's really happening yet. You look at the satellite view and radar, and there's not much going on, but a warm front will ignite with some showers, especially tonight. And you'll see that here on Future Look. Notice a few showers maybe in the afternoon, but tonight, there it comes. Some of that steady, if not heavy rain moving through during the dark of night and even into tomorrow morning. See that? With some heavier rain potentially for the morning drive tomorrow. Then a bit of a break and then more scattered thunder showers. And these could be strong to severe. And that would be later tomorrow into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. So, for that reason, a weather impact alert issued for tomorrow due to the fact that we are going to see rain and some of that heavy thunderstorm activity even into late Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. So in terms of rain totals, you know, this is through tomorrow morning. You know, look at this. I mean, many areas are kind of in that 1.5 to 2.5 inch range. That's kind of on the high end, but just know that 1 to 2 inches of rain is coming to your house likely between now and Wednesday morning. High temperatures today, upper 50s, low 60s, mid to upper 60s tomorrow. For today, mostly cloudy. I know there's some sun out there now, but the clouds should increase. A late shower is possible. For tonight, rain and some thunderstorms overnight tonight. And then for your day tomorrow, we're going to see morning rain and then some afternoon thunderstorms and warm temperatures in the upper 60s. And again, some of those storms could be strong to severe. So weather impact alert for tomorrow. More rain showers on Thursday, Friday especially. And then Saturday, we could eke out a dry day. We're hoping to remove that drop, but we've got to keep it in for now. And then rain, Melissa, on Easter Sunday. Doesn't look cold, okay? Low 60s, but temperatures may be falling a bit in the afternoon. But right now, Sunday does look wet.
Yeah, and we know a lot of families love to do outdoor Easter egg hunts, and that's
A lot of that's the thing. Yes, got to have that. But
right. But it's going to be muddy and gross. I mean, can you imagine how much mud is going to be out there after 2 inches of rain this week?
You don't need to tell me. It's just, you know what? It's just, I mean, whether it's the kids or the dogs or even us adults tracking in mud on the shoes. It's terrible.
It's awful. And it's like, how much do you fight it? How often do you clean your floors?
So on yesterday, Melissa, my son and I finally went out to take down his outdoor pond hockey rink, if you will, outdoor rink. And yeah, walking out on the grass, it was, even though it had been dry, was like walking on a sponge.
Yeah.
And it was just this like, oh my gosh, I'm going to put another 2 inches of rain on this.
I know.
Right?
That was those sound effects were very accurate.
What it sounds like. You just you put your foot on the grass and then you see the water percolate up.
I know.
To the surface.
I know.
Okay.
And how many dogs do you have?
3. 3, and they're just attracted to mud. Everything mud they love.
Right.
And they bring in the mud with this like attitude. Like, yeah, we know. Don't just...
It's like they do it on purpose too.
Right.
You don't have time to get every single paw. I mean, you have 12 paws to wipe off.
Right.
And they just scoot right by you and are throughout the entire house.
And they never like make it easy.
No.
You get their back leg and they're fighting you and you're trying to like get the back paw and it's like,
and the belly too, because that's dragging through. Oh gosh.
Okay.
But we love our dogs.
We do. Just not the hassle they bring with the mud.
All right. Thanks, Patrick. And stay with us. We're going to talk sports and the Broadway market. It's the busiest week of the year. Lots of fun finds there at the Broadway market. I'll tell you all about it coming right up. Stay with us. All right, everyone's checking the standings every day for the Sabres, and the Sabres were riding high with an outright possession of first in the division since they beat the Lightning 3 weeks ago. But the Lightning have now caught up, and the two are tied in first place with 98 points. By the way, on Dingus Day, they face each other again. That is going to be a huge game. Right.
When do we get rid of these 2 games in hand? They still have 2 games.
Yeah, I don't know.
When does that end?
I don't know. So, okay, so what does it mean when it comes to the playoffs? This is very tricky. The magic number is how many wins the Sabres need to lock up a playoff spot. And regardless of what other teams do, with 8 games left in the season, the Sabres actually need 7. But that could also change depending on how well the teams chasing them do. So their next game is tomorrow night against the Islanders here at home at 7 p.m. But still, even with the magic number being 7, they still have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. So right now, it's really a matter of what position will they be in when they do make the playoffs.
And they're in the toughest division because like 4 of the teams are. You look at like the Pacific Division, the leader of that division has 10 less points than the Sabres. Yeah. They're number 1 at 88 points. And what team is that? That's Anaheim.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean.
And as far as the conference goes, I believe that the Sabres are tied with the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes, right. But they, too, I think, have a game in hand, and the Lightning have 2. God, it's been like that for like forever.
Right.
When are they going to catch up?
I don't know when they make it.
I think it might be tonight because the Sabres do not play.
Right.
And I think the Lightning do.
Okay. We'll watch it closely.
Yes, we will.
We are also watching the Bills and the owners' meetings. The Bills are starting workouts at the end of next month, of the end of April. Now, head coach Joe Brady just told the NFL Network that Josh Allen is, quote, ready to go following that foot surgery that he had right at the end of the season. Brady said that Allen played through a broken bone in his foot late in the season and into the playoffs, saying that Allen could barely walk, but now he is fully cleared and ready for the off-season program. Even while recovering in a walking boot, Allen did say that if there was a game, he would be out there. That resilience really does define him. But this year, the Bills hope that their franchise quarterback stays healthy while continuing to lead the charge. Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries that he's played through that he's kind of downplayed a little bit the past couple of seasons.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of getting into that. By the way, the Lightning do not play tonight, so there's 2 games in. Anyway, yeah, I mean, he's what, 20? Is he 30? Did he turn 30?
Not
20.
yet.
So he's kind of at that apex, if you will, when you look at historic quarterbacks that have had long careers.
Right.
But then you look at the Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady's and the Cousins and the
Could
Roethlisbergers.
Josh Allen be one of them? I
Right,
hope
who
so.
did just fine in their 30s.
Right.
Right? So.
Bandits, they're doing really
4 in a
well.
row, right?
5 in a row.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, 5 in a row after really starting poorly this season. But they beat Saskatchewan on the road on Saturday. Saskatchewan is the top-ranked team in the NLL. The Bandits were trailing the entire game. It was a low-scoring game, but then they had 4 straight goals in the 4th quarter on Saturday, and Joe Resetarits had the game-winning goal to seal the deal for the Bandits. 8-7 victory over the Rush. So now the Bandits are finally back home on Saturday. There are only 3 games left in the regular season. The Bandits are now in 5th place. They've clawed their way into playoff contention. The top 8 teams in the NLL make the playoffs. So 3 games left. They just need to keep winning because that's very close also. And so, you know, a 4-peat, it could be possible if the Bandits could just make it into the playoffs. But it's been tough to watch. They really haven't looked like the Bandits that we have all known and loved for so many seasons. But hey, 5 in a row is nothing to sneeze at. They're doing really well.
Where in Saskatchewan does Saskatchewan play? I was going to type it in, but the chances of me spelling Saskatchewan correct is impossible.
I don't know
but I mean,
what is their
what
home city. What is the capital of Saskatchewan?
I don't know. I should know this.
I don't either.
But what is the major striving metropolis of Saskatchewan? I don't know if there's one.
I don't know. But there are a lot of Canadian teams in the NLL.
Right. Huh. I'm just curious.
Including Halifax. I've been to Halifax.
I know. You saw post-hurricane Halifax.
Post-hurricane Halifax.
Right.
Yeah, but we went there for golf, and it was beautiful. The
ca-
Canadian Maritime, so nice.
That area of the world,
And my best friend, Mary Beth, went on one of those Canadian train rides through the Canadian Rockies and then all the way to Vancouver and did that whole thing. That looked unbelievable.
That whole, Lake Louise, Banff, all that stuff is
Banff looks like an AI land. It's just fake.
Yeah, I've been there once, and
Did you?
was and it was for work, so I didn't really get to fully enjoy it. But it's just that part of the Rockies is beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We are going to look up the capital of Saskatchewan.
Yes.
Find out where the Rush play in this break. Saskett.
Come on, show off.
We'll be right back after this. All right, thanks to Google and Lauren Maroney over in the Weather Center. The capital of Saskatchewan is Saskatoon. However, the Rush play, in Saskatoon. So there we go.
Saskatoon.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, I missed something, obviously, but got caught up in the break here. So.
You gotta keep up when you watch the show.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I was wrong. The capital is not, I totally screwed all of that up.
Regina.
It's Regina, spelled Regina, pronounced Regina.
Yeah.
That's the capital of Saskatchewan. The Rush play in Saskatoon. Now we have that all straight.
Got it.
Now let's talk about Pussy Willows and pierogi and kielbasa and horseradish and all the wonderful
Butter
things.
lambs and all the above. Yes, the Broadway market.
Busiest season of the year for the Broadway market, and they really kick things off over the weekend. But I mean, really, on Good Friday, it's always packed. It's so fun to see, and so many traditions, Rob.
Yeah, I didn't catch Pete's sarcasm in an earlier show, but Good Friday is packed, apparently. I've never been there on Good Friday, but I guess that's for good reason because of how busy it is. They have some different hours this week, given it's Holy Week, so Holy Thursday, Holy Friday, a little different here. But you can't get this taste of Western New York anywhere else. It is going to be changing, though. Yeah. So there is some nostalgia here, people looking back on what the Broadway market was, what it is currently, and looking forward to renovations starting this summer.
The hustle and bustle of the Broadway market has begun, bringing generations together during the Easter season.
So we have 3 generations working today. You know, for me, it means family and neighborhood. I love coming here and helping out each year because it brings us together again, you know, and to really feel the spirit of the holiday.
With stands selling hyacinth, honey, and of course, horseradish.
We love when everyone comes and joins us for this tradition. And, you know, kindness to everyone.
Favorites that bring a tear to your eye, even if you can't remember how long you've been coming.
It's a tradition for us to get a picture with the Easter Bunny, and it's also a tradition for us to get like just pierogies from here, so we're here to do our tradition.
It's packed, but it's just full of love and life, and everybody's so happy.
Traditions passed down through generations, with signs that things will be changing, but not slowing down.
I just really like the community here, and everyone is just like everyone is just here to have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, so you saw the designs there for the new space.
That
was
pretty
previewed
fancy.
just 2 weeks ago, I think, or about 10 days ago. $40 to $50 million project. They're going to be changing things up pretty significantly. Down to one story. They'll be removing the parking garage, having a space outside that's more communal space for an outdoor market. But as we mentioned, the busiest week here, some different hours. So make sure you check before you go. 8 to 6 p.m. is the time today, and through Wednesday, Holy Thursday is a little different. Good Friday is a little different as well.
Yeah, and this is going to be a game changer for the Broadway Fillmore neighborhood. If these plans really do come to fruition, which they should, it is a food desert out there. And so to be able to have the Broadway market as a year-round place, I mean, it is right now, but there really aren't a lot of food options in the Broadway market year-round. So if it really can become more of a grocery store too, that would be so helpful for that neighborhood. But this time of year, it is always just tradition for so many Western New Yorkers to go to the Broadway market and pick up all of the baked goods. And I get so nervous also when I go to get the Polish sausage and I go to get the baked goods. It's like, you need to know what you want. If you're humming and hawing because there's 20 people in line behind you, it can get a little...
Yeah, can't hold up the line.
No, know what you want. Do not ask the difference between fresh and smoked Polish sausage. Know how much you want. But I don't know. It's really great.
You don't want to be that customer. Oh my God.
No.
Okay.
But all of the chocolate too. Getting the chocolate for the Easter baskets, the Easter bunny. It's fun.
Indeed. Yeah. And they're available for everyone. So enjoy.
Thank you.
Have you been?
You know what? Years ago when I first moved here, but this is terrible. There's some places you haven't, I have not gone in quite a while, so I do need to go back.
Yeah.
And it was amazing then, and yes.
What are you doing at 12:30?
Shame on me that I have not done that.
Do we have Kevin going there on Friday? Remember when Kevin on Good Friday mornings would always do What's in Your Bag, Lady? And he would just randomly peek in the bags of people who are shopping at the Broadway market. It is the funniest. So it's so classic Kevin O'Neill. So I hope that we have him live. And
that character, and then... remember the bear and the British accent?
For Valentine's Day at the airport?
At the airport.
Just hugging random people.
Kevin's greatest hits.
Yes, but, making children cry.
Right.
Look back.
That is funny. Okay. Yeah, let's hope he goes this week.
Yeah. Okay, also it's a big week for NASA. We are just 2 days away from a potentially historic mission. NASA is targeting Wednesday evening for the launch of its Artemis II mission to fly astronauts around the moon. NASA says its teams are not experiencing any technical issues leading up to the liftoff window, which opens just before 6:30 on Wednesday night. 4 astronauts are set to blast off, and they're all remaining cautiously optimistic as they get closer to launch day.
It is our strong hope that this mission is the start of an era where every person on Earth can look at the moon and think of it as also a destination.
This is a test flight. This is the first time we're going to try this. This is the first time we're loading humans on board. And I will tell you, the 4 of us, we are ready to go. The team is ready to go, and the vehicle is ready to go. But not for 1 second do we have an expectation that we are going. We will go when this vehicle tells us it's ready and when the team is ready to go.
Wow.
And coming up tomorrow at 6 a.m. on Daybreak, we're going to talk live with an expert from NASA who will tell us more about the significance of this launch and what to expect.
I have so many. I'm like, one of the things that if they're flying around the moon, does that mean, will they be the first to ever see the dark side of the moon? Because we only see the one side. So what happens? Imagine if there's like some colonies back there. I mean, they're like, oh my God. But
we had no idea you were all there.
Okay, during the original moon landings, I'm assuming the craft did orbit the moon. So maybe that dark side has been seen by humans before, but I don't know.
The video and the pictures that we're going to get from that.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
And I also look at these 4 people. They look so
oh my gosh,
normal.
They look like baseball little league coaches. And
right, like PTA moms.
Yes.
and they are brilliant.
Yes.
And they have to be so physically fit, and they have to be so ready to fix things that might go wrong. I just can't even imagine. These 4 people probably grew up as little kids saying, I want to be an astronaut when I grow up. And they are. And they're going to do something that has never been done before.
Right.
It's just fast. I want to know everything about them and what it took for them to get where they are.
Yeah, I know. I think it's this is tomorrow. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
We're going to talk her ear off.
You should be part of our interview.
Oh, I hope so. Well, you've got a lot of questions too. I can't wait.
All right, that's tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. on Daybreak. Bye, everybody.